Well, we got the rig, we did the deal, we even went to DMV to register the vehicle, because one thing I've learned over the years, when you go to buy vehicles, especially ones that are potentially kind of expensive, you know, I make sure, people say make sure there's no back registration fees and everything. Well, you know, there were, and I knew that there would be, so he took care of that today, $409. That took care of my titling and stuff too, and plus we got some significant money knocked off because it needs a new oil pressure sending gauge, and you know, I already knew that by watching it. The gauge is out of kilter. In other words, when you turn it on, it pegs to the high, but when you turn it off, it only goes halfway down the gauge, so obviously it's out of kilter. It works. My oil gauge is the temperature, and the temperature of this thing has been running cool as a cucumber. So we just finished lunch now. I'm going to be riding it back. We do not have air conditioning up front here, which, you know, probably a switch or a relay or something like that. That's fine. You know, it's once we clear the Central Valley, you know, it'll be back into wine country. We'll be able to get everything all squared away. But the trick is now the ride home begins. I've driven it a little bit, and you know, we're going to see how it goes here. It's ridden great so far on the times. I've probably ridden it about 5 miles. So we're going to stop and get some gas, and yeah, we'll check in with you a couple times on the road back. Are you excited? Jen is. So the guy was nice. Yeah, he looked like Jerry Garcia. You know, we even went into DMV and people were doing a double take. Jerry. You guys are going to ask me how it rides. It really rides smooth. It's got great brakes on it. It only feels like I'm driving a big SUV. It's the only way I can describe it, because it's got a really tight turning radius. I had no difficulty maneuvering. You know, I have a big blind spot over there, as you guys can see, but I'll tell you what, maneuverability is easy. The engine's got a ton of power to it. It's chooching along real good. And we're going to make our way at a low die now, head down the road. And I just put about 20 gallons in it. So yeah, the gas gauge is correct. It was about, oh, I don't know, it's got 50 gallon, two 25 gallon tandem tanks here. So you can see, you may be able to see Jen behind me in the mirror there. So yeah, she floats along real good, guys. Excellent ride. I'm just thrilled. The 455 alone, this Oldsmobile 455, it just makes it such a sweet deal for me. And you know, he played back some of the messages from people that were desperate to come in and see the rig from Nevada and some other places. And you know, we really consider ourselves blessed. He knocked off a couple hundred for the oil pressure gauge and sender, whatever the hell is going on with that. The only real issue for me is the air conditioning, but it does have this fan which works real good. There's no humidity, you know, but the thing is in good shape. It's got the self-contained bathroom. It's got the big bed in the back. This thing's even got a dishwasher in it. Go figure, guys. I mean, how many RVs got a dishwasher in it, really? So that's exciting. I'm used to the high style and ride here. Yeah, and it just feels awesome to be in the RV community. And for you pencil neck geeks who told me I was all talk and no action on an RV, well, here you go, guys. Who's smiling now, baby? Floating down the road. I'll tell you guys, I don't really consider this a Class A in the sense of being, you know, real high top and super wide bodied. I consider it more like a bigger Class B kind of van because of the outer shell, the strength of that, the fiberglass, the build quality. It just feels good, you know. It feels like the kind of rig you could take on the Alcan up in Alaska time out of the gate. I'm trying to get used to the floating ride a little bit. So sometimes, guys, it's a little white knuckle with the two-way, two-lane traffic, 50 miles an hour if you're not used to it, 55. So we made it back to Rio Vista. We still got a long way to go today, guys, a long way to go. But the rig is doing good. I executed my first pass. Had plenty of horsepower to burn. Crossing over the bridge. Getting her done. Living the RV life. I've never seen so much truck traffic in my life, though. A lot of RVs, a lot of Class A's out here. A lot of people out on vacation. Getting it done. Well, we made it to Suisun City, guys, near Travis Air Force Base, and I want to tell you, it is wind blowing, and it's been sphincter testing moments on these really poor quality two-lane roads. This Highway 12, it's so washboard and so many potholes and stuff. I'll tell you, but the rig is doing good. We're almost to the halfway point of getting home, and yeah, wow. What a way to break your cherry, huh, on that road, but she's doing good. Jen's still following behind me, so we're hanging in there. Okay, so we just pulled over in Suisun City here just to take a little bit of a break, get a little something to drink. My calf muscle was cramping up a little bit, so that usually means I'm a little dehydrated. It's awful windy out here. Had a tremendous crosswind pulling me to the right. It's 50 miles on this two-lane road with a terrible washboard condition, with absolutely no shoulder, and going shoulder to shoulder in the other lane with just hundreds of huge 18-wheelers rolling through. So, I think the worst of the road is over. We have a little bit of I-80 to do, and I haven't pushed it much past about 52 miles an hour. You know, it's a confidence thing when you first get the rig. So, okay, back on the road. We're halfway, strong, courage, heart. Let's pound this bastard home. Getting closer, rolling through Napa County now, and I really gave it a test on Interstate 80. I had her up to about 65, 68 miles an hour. I'll tell you, the thing just floated. It was so nice. Like I said, the only scary thing was those freaking no-shoulder roads going through the Central Valley. But man, on these nice roads, this rig just floats down the highway here. So sweet. Right now, just cruising about 55 miles an hour through the heart of Napa County wine country. I'm smiling. I'm loving RV life. Somebody's going to say, wow, you drove more in your first day with your first day on RV than we drove our first year all together. Yeah, I busted my cherry today in a big way. Pretty warm in here, I'll tell you. Can't wait to get the air conditioning fixed, but we got about the final mile. About final 10 miles we got here on this journey that began at about 8 o'clock this morning. I reckon it's about 3 o'clock now, and we are about 10 miles east of Santa Rosa. And I got to tell you, this thing is just hustled and performed like a champion. I'm almost embarrassed with this 455. I mean, I have so much power right down here, and I've hardly even stepped on the gas, and I've been rolling along at 55 miles an hour with no issues. Also, I calculate right now, looking at the fuel gauge, I'm getting about 11 miles to the gallon, which ain't bad, you know, considering the size of the rig that I'm pulling here behind me. You know, it's a little slow off the block, but she really purrs once she gets going. It's got this nice 3-speed. Whew. It has been a hot day, guys, but we have officially made it back into the city of Santa Rosa. We have about 105 miles we've knocked off here, and we got about 5 more to go. And yeah, it's been exciting. The more I've driven here, especially the last 30 miles or so, once I got on Highway 80, Interstate 80, my confidence level really went up high, and I'm starting to get really comfortable with the rig now. And I guess 100 miles will do that. So my observations are, hearing it run today, that Jen and I really got a hell of a good deal here. And I really want to thank Doug for giving us first crack at it, because as I say, his phone was just blowing off the hook with calls and messages, and people wanting to come see it because these things go fast because they're collector's items. And you know, I knew the last couple months trying to buy one of these things, I was just encountering total and complete frustration trying to get one of these things hammered down. The principal reason being I could never hit the ad fast enough when it went up. Somebody else would spoof me, goof me, get on top of it, and take it away from me. This time I was really lucky. I was searching the adverts, and all of a sudden right there I refreshed. There it was. Saw the ad, called 3 or 4 days in a row. Unfortunately, as soon as Doug had placed the ad, he took off for Montana. So it wasn't until he got back that he could message me. And yeah, come on over, bring your money, and pick up your rig. So needless to say, I'm happy. So next stop, guys, we got to try to get this baby into the Rancho. Times like this, I'm glad I really put the double gate on, the big double wooden gate. So it'll be very interesting to see. I don't think we'll have too much trouble with clearance. On top, we have about 9 feet. If there is, over the weekend, I got plenty of time to clear the branches up on top. So, all right, next stop, home. Well, guess what? 220 miles, we are back on the Rancho, guys, and let me tell you, we made it in here without a lot of difficulty, huh? On the gate and stuff. We've got a little bit of well, I've got a little bit of work to do on a bit of cutback over there, but not too much, but I got to tell you guys, it's awesome to have the rig here on the Rancho. And it has been a hell of a day, hasn't it, honey? With the driving, 220-mile round trip. And I'll tell you, a little white knuckle driving on that 2-lane out in Central Valley, that stuff. Just,
you got highways with no shoulder.
No shoulder, and the what do you call it? The yellow submarine was doing pretty good.
Yeah, the yellow submarine was
floating down there.
Pretty good. And I tell you, from the back now, driving behind, I could see the rear wheels. A lot of people might think that it's a dual axle, but those are not axles at all. Those are all independent suspended wheels, and you can really see how they go.
It's pretty wild. In other words, there's no rear axles on these tandem. Each side is just an independent suspension unit, and each one floats on an airbag.
That makes this thing float like a soft pillow.
Yeah, it was just floating along, and it was doing great. I guess the highest I got was about 60 miles an hour. I got it on I-80. It was still, it's just a question of feeling comfortable, you know, and getting your time on the wheel, because that was some of the hardest driving anybody in an RV would ever do on a no-shoulder 2-lane road for about 50 miles.
Concrete dividers,
you know, and all that BS. But we made it, guys. Thanks especially to Missy Jen.
My pleasure.
For helping to make one of my long-term dreams come true. And thanks to you guys for being so encouraging and saying, you know, keep on keeping on, because we really have our dream vehicle in this GMC RV. We have a collector's item, We have something that is distinct like we are, and something that's in damn good shape for, I mean, just look at those Alcoa wheel covers.
Look at us relics, look at that.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Perfect,
I got,
fit.
what do I got? I got 16 years on this.
That is nothing.
Or whatever, so. All right, guys, thanks so much for being along. Missy Jen's happy we're home. It's Thursday,
Yeah.
we got it here, so. You know, I got a little bit of work to do. Some people have seen some pictures of it on Facebook and other stuff. You have to really admit the condition of this thing is pretty awesome, isn't it, babe? You know.
And check it out on the Jen Rose Reality.
Yeah, Jen's
TV.
gonna be putting stuff up too.
Show the interior and exterior
Yep.
before we bought it, so you can see a little bit of the inside.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, guys. Our dreams come true. I've got to get Jen sitting down there. She's been at it all day long now. She's been a trooper. I'm real lucky I got good tires on it. It's just, we really held out for a nice rig, and I think it really paid off for us. And
That was the deal of the year.
It was the deal of the year. The guy paid his own back fees for, because he only used it to live in. He paid his own back fees of registration, and he paid my titling and fees for 2016. And I got him a couple $100 down on some of the other stuff too. So it was worth buying him a little bit of lunch there, guys. So there it is. That's what you call a real collector. There it is. Let me tell you, brother, that's a real RV right there.
Now let me tell you.
Let me tell you something, brother.
You sweet, lovely people out there. This here, GMC.
This ain't no $200 Isuzu Trooper.
No $200 bicycle.
There it is.
Or anything like that.
Well,
this is the real deal.
I got to get her inside. Listen,
This
guys.
is the real deal, babies.
We got
And
lots
that's
of
the last
tours
words
coming.
of mine, so I'm out of here. See
Yeah,
y'all.
when Jen gets rested up, she's gonna be doing some tours of the interior and stuff. There's some things that got to be secured. You know, a few things were flopping around, but the main takeaway is this 455 Olds Tornado engine was amazing. I feel like I tapped about 1/3 of the power of it and got myself trucking along pretty damn good on the highway. So once again, you guys and Missy Dren, thanks for making one of my really long-term dreams come true. We are going to have a blast with this rig. So welcome to welcoming the yellow submarine to, I want to call it the jelly bean, so a lemon jelly. So it remains to be seen. Of course, I prefer Chester most of all, so we will see. So after everything that Jen went through, I'll probably give her the naming rights. So thanks for being along today, guys. It was a really exciting day for me and for Jen too. Thanks.